guys, welcome back to the Shlog number 34, I believe. Zach's back in-house, finishing up the 500. And I've got the 300 back that we were having a problem. We found the jet block gasket was messed up, had some dirt in the carburetor, whatever. We got it running. It was running pretty good. Out on the road, it seemed to run just fine. Customer took it out, rode it. Definitely a lot better, but it wasn't quite right, and he was really struggling with it kind of being boggy on the bottom, but not a fuel boggy, just like no power than coming on like a hurricane. So we talked about it, and he's a friend as well as a customer, and so we talked about it. I'm like, God, man, it sounds like your power valve's not quite working right, and we had messed with the adjustment, you know, screwing it in and out and things like that, but it really didn't seem to make any difference. So I was like, bring it back down here, let's take a look at it. And that is when he mentioned that he had taken the power valve adjuster cover off and changed springs. And I'm like, oh, did you get it all lined up? And he's like, I just kind of shoved it in there. So I'm very hopeful that he messed that up. And I'm hopeful of that because that's a super duper easy thing to fix, and we can get it fixed and ready to rock really easy without costing a bunch of money. So that's what we're going to check right now. We're going to find out exactly what is going on. So by the way, I'm laying the bike down on its side because this will keep oil from wanting to drain out. I think with this motor, the way it's set up, I think all the tranny oil should be below that anyway, even if it's up. But this way, just make sure nothing drains out since we just changed it. Also, it doesn't hurt the motorcycle to lay down and have a little nap. So turn the gas off and you're all good. Leia, what do you think? You think you know what's up? The dog knows what's up. Take this off real careful. So you see that? That's the problem. At least I'm 99.9% sure. Let me grab a flashlight. So I'm sorry that I laugh at other people's problems, but it's kind of just part of the territory. So yeah, he did not put that in right. So like I said, that's good because that means we get to put it back together correctly and it'll be all happy and fine without having to spend a bunch of money. So that's the awesome part. So see, it's not lined up at all, even close. I mean, let me see if I can, here, Zach, come here, look at this. So that's way wrong.
Yeah, it looks bad.
So on the end of this is a little cupped thing. I'll pull it out here. I gotta take a picture first, but I'm gonna take a picture and post it on the interwebs because this is fun. But it goes over that bar. You see that little bar that's like in the back there? It's like, yeah, it goes that way. So there's a thing that goes over that. And then this all goes together. Oh, it'll make a lot of sense here in a second. CJ, seriously. All right, let's pull this out. Oh, look. It doesn't even want to come out. There we go. All right, so this is the thing that was wrong. So see that? Like U-shaped cup, whatever you want to call it, that has to go over that bar, and it was not. So basically, the power valve was stuck closed, and then maybe opening kind of a little bit, sort of, but anyway, this is going to fix it. And so the way you do this, it's actually pretty easy. Is you take this, when you're going to go, and you just got to get that over there. There we go. Like that. We want to line that up inside. Oh, hey, look at that. Now we tighten her down. And just like that, it's fixed. Let's go take it for a spin. So next on the lift is an 06 Honda CRF 450R that is sadly super dirty. And it's mainly sad because it's cold outside. Like cold enough that the pressure wash will freeze if I push it out there. It is sunny, so hopefully it'll get warm. So I'm gonna make a cup of coffee, run an errand, and hopefully it'll be warm enough to run the pressure washer when I get back. We can get that thing cleaned up. We're gonna put a Yoshimura exhaust on it, jet it, and get it dialed in. All right, it warmed up enough while I was running errands. We got the CRF washed, ready to put this beautiful piece of Yoshimura stainless steel and aluminum onto it. So it's gonna be good. Yeah, I have no idea how it's jetted, so we're gonna start by putting the exhaust on, fire it up, see how it runs, and then from there we'll see if we need to rejet it or not. You never really know. Up here is this elevation. Sometimes get away with just putting it on. But yeah, we'll check it out and see how it goes. Here's something interesting to see. So it's an 06, it's an older bike, 14 years old now. And while those are studs coming out of the head, and as I loosen it, it should be just taking the nut off. It's not. Probably because it is super duper rusted on there. But that is okay, because we can just reinstall it the exact same way. See, this was supposed to come off. All right, so one of the keys, a little tech tip for you guys, to when you're mounting up an exhaust, is you want to leave everything loose until you get all the bolts in. It's like a lot of parts on motorcycles. That's a good thing. We'll leave that loose. We'll slowly mount it all up, get it all done, and then we'll tighten everything down, because it makes it so much easier to wiggle things into place and all that. So mid-pipe, I call that. Let's see, like I said, by having that loose, we can kind of move that around. All right, so now we got the muffler, got the grommet and the spacer in. We're going to slide this together just right. This is actually able to be loosened so you can move that mount backwards or forwards, but that looks pretty good. So now, supplied bolt. Let's see if we can't. So, cool thing about this Yosh system is that it is going to give him some more performance, but it also still comes with a nice spark arrestor that's super easily removed, because this bolt comes out, slide it apart. If you want to go race or whatever, get a little more free flowing, but it's totally legal the way it is, which around here is a real good thing. Well, anywhere, it's a good thing, but they take it real seriously around here with spark arrestors. We give out lots of tickets. So if you guys ever come and ride with us, make sure you got a spark arrestor. Pretty sweet exhaust. Even comes with its own little springies and spring puller, which is cool. Exhaust is on. Time to look at the air filter, because we're going to talk about air filters every day until everybody does a good job of maintaining them. Kind of looks gnarly, but he just rode this thing, so it could just be that it's dirty from going for a ride. And actually, even though it's still muddy in a lot of places, it's kind of dusty out there too if you're not out front. So let's take a look and see how bad the inside is, because that's the part that really matters. It's pretty good. It's a little bit of dirt. Oh wait, nope. There's dirt in there. Air filters, people. seriously, maintain your air filter. I'm gonna say it every day now. All right, good news. The Sedona tires showed up. There they are. Front and rear, steel belted. These things are gnarly, like super gnarly. You can see the tread depth is very, very, very deep. They kind of like look a little bit like a mix between a X30 and an M52 or something. I don't know. It's heavy for sure, so that's definitely going to make some people not happy. I don't worry too much about weight on my stuff because I could lose some weight. So I don't think the parts on the bike are really causing the problem, but it's definitely, it's a heavy tire, and then, which it should be because it's steel belted. So yeah, there's the rear. Check that thing out. They're, oh, by the way, they are DOT legal. So if you have a bike that you need DOT tires on, these work. The front is definitely not as heavy. Of course, it's less rubber, but it feels like it's a little bit lighter. They're super stiff for sure. Front tread pattern is definitely big, tall knobs again, and I don't know, seems legit. Like, they are not directional that I can tell, but like I said, they are DOT legal, and we're going to try them out. So the setup I'm going to use for the first test is going to be the soft mousse, the NMS21 in the front, and yes, against my better judgment, I'm going to try a tubeless in the back. And like I said, I haven't tried tubeless in a long time, but I'm going to be open-minded, going to try it out. I think that if any tire it's going to be good for, it'll be this one because it is super stiff. Like, the carcass is crazy stiff, so it'll allow me to run some low pressure. I think they're recommending like 7 to 9 in the tires, so I'll probably run 9. I don't know. I don't like super low pressure, but these things are super stiff. So stoked. Thank you, Western Power Sports, Sedona. Thank you guys so much for giving me these tires. I'm really appreciative. I'm really looking forward to trying them out. We're going to take them down to Lake Havasu, Arizona. So big deserty area with lots of deep sand and decomposed granite and rocks and things like that. So we'll give them a full-on, no messing around test. All right, guys. So we're going to start by mounting up the front tire on this front rim. This is one of my spare rims. It's actually the OEM rim from our 2018 250, but I use the cool guy orange ones most of the time. But so yeah, gonna mount this thing up with that soft mousse. So we're gonna see how that goes because I don't even know. No one actually knows what size mousse goes in these things or anything. I actually just did the measurements for New Tech. I just took all the measurements they asked me to do because they haven't even had their hands on a set of these yet. So I did that, got them those numbers. Now we're going to try an like I said, NMS 21 220 in it. But we got to set it up first. We got to get some rim tape. New Tech has started to send this kind of rim tape for even putting mousses in because it seals up the spoke nipples, and so that the lube doesn't come out the nipples so bad. So I'm going to wrap this thing up with this and then mount a mousse up. As with that Pro Steel thing on my airbox, I'm going to heat this rim up because things like to stick to warm things better than cold things. Got the rim all sealed up. The other cool thing that they're sending is this little cap to plug one of the holes. Clear silicone. There we go. There we go. take it over to the moose changer, which is right over there, and we're gonna mount this thing up with the softy because I've actually never used the new version of the softy. A couple tubes of their lube, which they're now calling Nitro Lube Cooling Gel. Check it out. It's blue now. Hey guys, that's the guy that put the spring in wrong. There he is. His name's CJ, and he needs help.
He needs help.
That went good. Tire looks good, you know, it's nice and knobby. We'll give it a shot. I think it's gonna be awesome, actually. It's really stiff. The rubber feels really hard. So it might be a little slippery, but it's got plenty of knob on it, so it's gonna dig well, I think, in any kind of soft stuff. And then, yeah, we'll just have to see how it holds up and all that. So front's mounted up with the moose. I might just go ahead and set the rear wheel up for tubeless now. I got some other things I probably ought to do, but I might do that right now. So yeah, let's do it. It's been a while since I've done that. All right, people, this is what you all tuned in for, is to watch this guy install a tubeless on my bike. I can't even believe I'm doing this, honestly. No joke, I cannot believe I'm doing this. I swore I would never do this again. But like I said, Jeff at New Tech has been super supportive of us and the channel and everything. And when he asked me to test this with the new Sedona tire, I couldn't say no. So like I said, I'm gonna have an open mind. It's hard, I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to have an open mind about this, but here we go. Got the drill. I'm gonna ruin a rim. That's all right. I can get new ones. Gonna warm the rim up just like I did with the other one because it's got the same tape, and that tape is just a cushion between the bladder and the spoke so it doesn't rub or tear or whatever. So I want to make sure it sticks really good. Got the rim tape on. Now I'm running the heat gun over just to kind of make it mold into its place. Right on. Well, we'll see you Friday night. I think I did a good job. Now we install the tire, and this is like the part, honestly, like everybody says this is so much easier than normal, but I just disagree 100%. Well, actually, I forgot. I'm gonna do a little prep work on this tire that our friend Don Bob told me to do. So most of you guys would know, if you look inside that tire, you see there's ribs all the way around, and he's had trouble getting his tubeless to seal with that before, so he started sanding that off. So I'm gonna do that. It's already way more work than just installing a moose, but that's okay. I'm just gonna keep complaining about it until I get it done. All right, so after a ton of struggling, which you witnessed, I got the dumb wheel inside the tire, and now I don't like that method on any tire. It's just not my favorite. I can change mooses a lot faster and easier than that. But to be fair, this tire is ridiculously stiff, so it made that process a lot harder, like way harder. So now I'm gonna finish mounting this thing up the way they asked us to do it. So here's another thing I don't like about mounting this. Sorry guys, I'm trying to have an open mind, but because the way you do this, putting it in the middle of the tire and all that, you have to work on the side with the sprocket, and I don't like that. I don't like my fingers to look like that. So reading the thing, saturating the red liner with soapy water after the tire is mounted is the key to an airtight seal. Okay. £120 coming at you. Looks like it's seated. Let's flip it over. All right, so got it all mounted up. I set the actual tire pressure to just over 10. So we'll let that sit overnight. It'll be kind of cold in here. We'll come back in the morning and see how that is. Hopefully it's still holding air. But I'm gonna check out this is actually one of the cooler things that they sent me, is this little mini floor pump that's got a gauge that goes to 125 psi. So I'm gonna see if it reads you know, lots of air on the one that's supposed to. So it's saying 130, 140, and my line pressure could be that high, I guess. I don't know. The tank that's way over there is at 150, and we're way over here on the other side of the shop. I thought it was more like 110, 120, but I don't know. It's definitely reading up high, so that's cool. Tubeless mounted up. So let's take a look at this tire again, because seriously, this thing is gnarly. There it is, the Sedona MX 208 SR steel belted radial. Look at those freaking knobs. I'm excited to honestly try it out. Like, they retail at about $100 for this one, the 110 118. The front, the 80 121, is just at 70 MSRP. So you know, it's comparable. We'll be selling them for less than that. We always sell our tires for about 20% over cost to try to compete a little bit with the internets. So yeah, I don't know what that is yet because I didn't pay for these. So I like the way they look for sure. And the front, again, let's take a look at that one more time before we go. I'm gonna mount them up on the bike here probably tomorrow, but things good, man. I don't know, we're gonna find out. Looks pretty good, looks super aggressive. I like that. So yeah, give those things a shot. I gotta clean up, then we'll hit you guys with the outro. Right on, guys. Awesome day. Hell has frozen over. Morgan's running a tubeless in a tire. I can't believe it, but it's happening. It's awesome. Anyway, guys, just thank you so much for watching these videos. It really means the world to me. If you think we've earned it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It makes a big difference for us. We're trying to grow this channel and make something awesome so we can spread the gospel of two wheels everywhere. And I just want you guys to get out, spread the gospel of two wheels. And now that the spring is coming and the days are getting longer and it's actually noticeable, you better get out and ride your dirt bikes!